Look anywhere on Earth, from freezing mountain peaks and dense deciduous forests to the crushing depths of the ocean, and you will find life perfectly adapted to its environment. Biologists refer to this vast range of living organisms as biodiversity. So far, scientists have officially cataloged and described between 1.7 and 1.8 million distinct species. But that staggering number presents a major logistical problem. Human brains are simply not built to process nearly 2 million random data points without some kind of formal organizational structure. Our natural human instinct is to use common, everyday names to identify the plants and animals living right around us. The problem is, those local names vary wildly depending on exactly where you stand. A local name in one country might mean absolutely nothing in another, or even in the next town over. Sometimes the error goes the other way. People will mistakenly apply the exact same common name to completely unrelated species. If a researcher in Japan and a researcher in Brazil are trying to collaborate on a study, they hit an immediate linguistic wall. Informal titles offer no reliable scientific baseline or descriptive accuracy. Without a universal standard to anchor communication, the global study of biology would quickly devolve into regional slang and total confusion. To fix this, scientists split the problem into two distinct steps: identification, followed by nomenclature. Identification simply means accurately describing an organism's physical characteristics, so we know exactly what we're looking at before we attempt to label it. Once described, botanists turn to the ICBN, the International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, which provides the agreed-upon rules for naming plants. Animal taxonomists use a parallel system called the ICZN, ensuring these rules apply consistently across the entire animal kingdom. The architecture for this solution was originally pioneered by the Swedish botanist Carolus Linnaeus. He popularized a highly effective two-word naming format that we now call binomial nomenclature. The core rule of Linnaeus' system is strict. Every single known organism is assigned one and only one universally accepted scientific name. That protocol acts as an absolute guarantee. When a biologist uses a scientific name, any other scientist on Earth knows they are discussing the exact same organism. Let's look at this botanical illustration of a mango to see how this grammar works in practice. The first half of its scientific name is the generic name, indicating its genus. Here it is Mangifera, and it must always start with a capital letter. The second component is the specific epithet. For the mango, that's indica, pointing to the exact species, and it is always written entirely in lowercase. Because these biological names are heavily Latinized, the two words are strictly formatted. They must be written in italics when printed, or separately underlined when written by hand. These rigid formatting rules create a universal code that effortlessly bypasses spoken language barriers and regional dialects. Yet, having a perfect list of 1.8 million valid names is still practically useless if they aren't sorted into searchable categories. This is where we rely on classification. By physically observing distinct traits, like comparing leaf shapes and internal structures on dried plant samples, we can group similar organisms together. The scientific term for these convenient, observable categories is taxa. Taxa operate at nested levels of complexity. For example, a dog belongs to the mammal taxa, and mammals, in turn, belong to the broader animal taxa. When you combine all these processes, characterization, identification, classification, and nomenclature, you get the single, unified field of taxonomy. Taxonomy provides the essential filing system that biologists require to process the overwhelming biodiversity we see in the wild. Early human classification was entirely practical, grouping plants and animals based strictly on their utility for food, clothing, or shelter. Modern biology aims much higher. This ambition led to a deeper branch of study known as systematics. The word derives from the Latin systema, famously used by Linnaeus in the title of his historic publication, Systema Naturae. Systematics pushes past basic taxonomy. It accounts for evolutionary relationships, mapping an interconnected family tree that traces species back through shared ancestors. A scientific name functions as an organism's exact coordinates,